I may have too many colored pencils. I've been wanting to do this comparison video for a while now, but without going into too much detail, let's just say this video might be a little messy. I will say that my camera decided to only record every other half hour of footage, so this video is shorter than I want it to be. Anyway, today we're comparing my all-time favorite colored pencils, the basic Crayolas, against the new challenger, Crayola Color Escapes Premium Colored Pencils. You can buy the basic Crayola pencils in a pack of 120 pencils for about $25 USD. The premium pencils come in packs of up to 72 for around the same price. For this to be a true comparison, I drew a picture of one of my all-time favorite artists, Selena. The day I filmed this, April 1st, just happened to be the day after the anniversary of her death. I didn't plan it that way, but hey, sometimes things just line up. I then scanned the picture into my computer and printed it out. The idea was to print out 2 copies, but then my printer decided it didn't want to work anymore, so I only got 1. Luckily, it was just the right size to fit into my sketchbook, so I glued it in. However, that meant that the 2 copies were going to be 2 different types of paper. So to combat that, I decided to color the foregrounds of each copy with one type of pencil, and then swap the pencils for the backgrounds. My first assumption going in with the premium pencils was that these would be softer leads, like Faber-Castell, or oil-based like Prismacolors. That wasn't the case. The lead is much harder, even more than their basic counterparts, and their color is not nearly as saturated. They also don't blend as well, which is super disappointing for being a premium pencil. Also, because their biggest pack comes with less colors than the biggest basic pack, it was hard to find a good matching basic pencil to test against. Even the colors that share the same name are vastly different when placed side by side. I'm not happy with the premium pencils, so I'll be sticking to the basics. However, if Crayola ever decides to come out with a set of oil-based pencils, hit me up. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's talk about something more important. My queen, Selena. Selena was born in 1971 in Lake Jackson, Texas, not far from my hometown of Houston. She began recording professionally in 1981 at the age of 10. In the 1980s, she was often criticized and refused bookings at venues across Texas for performing Tejano music, a male-dominated music genre. However, her popularity grew after she won the Tejano Music Award for Female Vocalist of the Year in 1987, which she won 9 consecutive times. She signed with EMI Latin in 1989 and released her self-titled debut album that same year, while her brother became her principal music producer and songwriter. In 1992, her album Entre a mi mundo topped the charts and became her breakout hit into stardom. In her 14-year career as a Mexican-American singer-songwriter, she was also an actress, spokeswoman, fashion designer, activist, and entrepreneur, with several boutiques across the state of Texas, which were run nearly into the ground by the manager Yolanda Saldivar. Within a year of becoming a manager, Selena made Saldivar her agent, despite several people warning Selena against it. Early in 1995, it was discovered that Saldivar had been embezzling tens of thousands of dollars from Selena's fans. Saldivar was asked to surrender the bank statement she had possession of, but delayed doing so, claiming that she had been attacked while in Mexico, overseeing the clothing line distribution. After the alleged attack, Saldivar went to a hospital in Corpus Christi for an examination, but claimed that the hospital wouldn't do a gynecological exam because she was from San Antonio and needed to have it done there. On March 31, 1995, Selena confronted Saldivar at her motel, where Saldivar shot her. Selena ran from her in search of help, and though help arrived, she would be pronounced dead on arrival at the hospital at the age of 23. Saldivar was convicted of first-degree murder after a 2-hour deliberation. She was sentenced to a maximum life imprisonment with no eligibility for parole until March 2025. Selena was renowned for redefining Latin music, especially the Tejano subgenre, not to mention demolishing its glass ceiling by being named the Queen of Tejano. Her popularity, and not just among Hispanic and Latin populations, gave rise to Latin music as a whole, bringing it into the mainstream alongside other female stars such as Gloria Estefan and Jennifer Lopez, the latter of whom starred as Selena in the 1997 film Biography. There is a monument of Selena in Corpus Christi called the Mirador de la Flor, or Lookout of the Flower in English, also known as Selena's Seawall. It is a life-size bronze statue monument of Selena, sculpted by H.W. Buddy Tatum, unveiled in 1997. About 30,000 people from around the world visit this monument every year. Thank you for joining me today, but before you go, I just wanted to give y'all a little bit of art advice. You don't need expensive or premium art supplies to make beautiful art. Sometimes starting with the cheaper stuff will actually help you get better and also decrease the anxiety of starting something new. We often buy the more expensive stuff thinking that it will make our art better, but really the only way to make your art better is to practice. And a lot of the time, buying the expensive stuff gives us a lot of anxiety, and we tend to not use it at all for fear of messing it up or running out and having to spend even more money to replace it. That's all I have for y'all today, but I hope you enjoyed the impromptu art supply review / mini biography / true crime episode. Let me know what you liked best and what you would like to see more of from me in the comments below. Go forth and make art, and I'll see y'all next time.